Hey guys, this is Sarah Elena. Today I'm going to show you around the neighborhood of Playa Hermosa, which is just 10 minutes south of Jaco. So there's a lot of different Playa Hermosas here in Costa Rica, so I want to make it clear that this is one that's in the Central Pacific, just a teeny smidge south of Jaco. We're going to start from the very top, the north end, and come all the way down. I'm going to show you guys the beach areas, the residential areas, explain a little bit about the community, how things are laid out. It's a very small, quaint area. People are very tight-knit here. And yeah, I love it. So again, here's just a little tour. If this is your first video, I help people move to Costa Rica. That's why all this information is out there. We have one-on-one services to help with scouting trips in case you want to come explore certain areas. We have retreats, which are amazing in-person experiences. And I got a new podcast out, so definitely check out that in the link below too and follow it along. And yeah, and there's also down there in the description is a link to book a call with me if you are thinking about moving here. But I would say, please only book a call if you're, ready to take action on either moving or taking a scouting trip. If you're just like, oh, I don't know, maybe I want to move to Belize or Mexico, like that's not the right time to call me. There's lots of free information out here on the internet, and I have loads and loads of videos that can help you if you're not sure where you want to be. And same with a bunch of other people, they can help you with that too. So best to talk to me once you've already decided, yes, Costa Rica's it. Let's figure this out. That's the right time. All right, so and I'm actually just finished with a beach walk with a friend. So went out in the morning, got our beach walk in, and now on the way back, I want to show you Playa Hermosa so you can see it. Okay, today I'm going to show you Playa Hermosa, which is on the other side of Jaco. Now, there are multiple different Playa Hermosas here in Costa Rica. There's probably like 5 of them. So I'm talking about the one that's about 10 minutes south of the town of Jaco. And yeah, we're going to check it out. So it's the surf town. There is pretty much mountain that divides Playa Hermosa and Jaco. This mountain here. And that's it. So you're in Jaco. You literally go around this mountain. This is usually a dead zone where you're not going to have cell phone reception. And then you're going to pop right out into Playa Hermosa, which I'm going to show you here in a bit. All right, and now we're coming up to Playa Hermosa here, and I know that because I can see the ocean. I don't know if you can too. Those waves look rough. Those waves do look pretty big today. So Playa Hermosa is best known for its surfing. So surfing, I guess one of the most consistent surf breaks in Central America, from what I've heard. Again, I don't know. Sometimes I might have these fun facts that aren't true. So this is kind of our first establishment here. It's a hotel called Hotel Terraza. We're gonna pull over and I guess talk through some things. So on your left, you have some kind of homes, apartments, probably Airbnbs. Same with your right. There's this place called Cafe Bojillo, very popular, coffee shop, cafe that people like to go to. So it's kind of on the left here. We got sushi. We just got a pharmacy, pizza place, 24-hour supermarket. Kind of like a little mini mart. And there's a road here that goes up this mountain to an area called Cerro Fresco. So this road goes way, way, way up the mountain, which is really beautiful. Nice drive. So this is kind of one of the main town areas of Playa Hermosa. Actually, we're going to make a right here. We're going to come off the highway so I can show you a little bit about. This is the beach side of Playa Hermosa. So this actually isn't where the majority of people live. The majority of people live on an area called Calle Hermosa. Should be like Hermosa Street. So let's check this out. So here we got, like most towns have their soccer field. So if you are going to live in Playa Hermosa, you're likely not going to live in the areas that I've shown you so far. And remember that we're going north to south now, so that's why we passed Jaco. These are just some kind of hotels, condos. Sometimes I have seen some condos for sale down here. One thing to know about this area, this beach is not for swimming. This is not a swimmer's beach. There are some serious riptides here in Playa Hermosa. They're not, no joke. I never swim here. No, you'll never see me swimming here. I live very close to here, but you'll never see me swimming here. If I want to swim or go do something fun, I'll go to Jaco. But even there, you still have to be really careful because the honest truth is people drown here a lot because they don't know. And same happens in Jaco too. You have to judge, you have to look at the ocean and judge it. These are not like bays, bays where it's just, there's no wave in sight. There are waves, there are rip currents. Oh, there's another hotel over here. Some little streets, some little your local schools up here. This is kind of the, like I said, the beach side of Playa Hermosa. Okay, now if I go right, that takes me to the beach. I can park, I can hang. Why don't we do that actually? Let's just do that real quick. Do a little quick ride over here to the beach so I can show it to you. We'll hop out. Oh yeah, some big waves today. People out here surfing. Okay, so here's the beach out here in Playa Hermosa. It's a big surfing destination, always a lot of surfers. People hanging, sitting at the beach, enjoying the morning. Actually, it's pretty fun to watch the surfers. Maybe we can get someone who's catching a wave. Let's see, none of these people are going to grab this one. No. But these are major waves. Like, as you can see, I know in the video they probably look small. I would say these are pretty large waves. It puts it more into perspective when you see a little person out there on the wave, then you can actually see how big they are. But yeah, this is a big time destination. Super cool. This beach comes, here's the roundabout where we were passing through to get from Jaco over to Hermosa. Comes all the way down to like a turtle reserve down that way. Maybe we'll take a quick little drive down there too so I can show you that. And then we're going to head over to Playa Hermosa where the majority of people actually live. Okay, so now we're going to come out to the highway again. Okay, so now we're going to turn back onto the highway. It's kind of a cool wood place where they sell wood. It's cool. Okay, here's one of my favorite. This is an area where most people go to the beach here in Hermosa. So here's like a parking area right down here. This is where all the surfers have their cars lined up. This is one of my favorite restaurants, Purda Hermosa. We'll cut away to some cool footage of that place. Every Saturday they have a surf contest, which is really cool. All right, I'm going to take you down here to the right. This isn't like a super popular place where someone would live, but there is a gated development back here called Hermosa Palms. And this still isn't the main area where people live. So if you actually want to see where people live here in Hermosa, then bear with me. This road did just get paved, which is really cool. Sometimes it will come to the beach here and park down this road or went for a nice long walk over here the other day. Hopefully it's not too bumpy for you guys. I'm sorry. Just bear with me. I'm just trying to show you things. So don't yell at me in the comments. And, it's so bumpy. Just bear with me. I try to keep things as smooth as possible. Okay. So there's honestly not a whole lot down here. I guess there's people that are just, parking so that they can surf. I don't know. Maybe you guys don't need to see all this. There's really just not a whole lot down here. There's a hotel, and then there's a small, gated development called Hermosa Palms that has, these giant luxury homes in it. So maybe we'll just turn around. Well, I guess there's a bunch of surfers over here, too. People surfing. Look at all these people surfing. So I think we'll just go ahead and turn around. Okay, now we're back on the highway. We came out. We made a right so that we could continue south. And we're going to make a left here. There is a bus stop here with a Remax sign. So that's how we know that we're going into a place called Calle Hermosa. Hermosa Street. Again, we don't really have street names, so I don't know who named it this, but this is what it is. All right, so this is where the majority of people are going to live if they live here in Playa Hermosa. I showed you some of the other parts in the beginning. If you want to wander up some of those little side streets, you can. But this is mainly where people are going to be living. And what I love about this road is that all on the right side, there's not really anything built on the right side of this road. It's all cow pasture, which I just love. It's amazing. And here, we got little speed bumps, so you definitely don't want to fly down this road. Been a lot of new construction here over the years. So this is new. It's also for sale. I think this plus that house is for sale together for $1 million something. I don't know. I saw it online once. Let's see what else we got. This is new. This, we know these people. These are like good for like digital nomads. They actually have like a whole like digital nomad office there, which is pretty cool. Those places are rentals sometimes. If you're ever thinking about rentals too, like I have a client renting up in here too. These are some apartments here called Casa Kimbu. These are rentals up here too. These are like condos, but also rentals. A lot of rentals down this road. So this is very residential. The only thing that's down here is there's a hotel and there is a little pulperia, which is like a little corner store. If you make this left, you're going to go up to a gated community called Valle Perdido. It's one of the sides of the gated community. It's a pretty big one that actually loops all around over to that pizza place that I told you in the 24-hour mini mart. The whole other half of that gated community is over there on that side of the road. So it all kind of connects. Basically, Hermosa connects with this whole mountain connects. It goes to the other side, and it connects to the other side. I don't know how to explain it. And then also connects to Jaco. Here's the pulperia, little mini mart. But you can essentially walk from Hermosa over to Jaco over the mountain if you want. There are trails. It'd be a really long walk. It'd be a really good hike if you want to be gone all day, probably. But yeah, so this is the residential area. Just for you guys to see. Speed bumps. There's a hotel right here called Las Brisas. I usually don't see too many people there, but sometimes there's people. Pretty quiet hotel. It's nice if you're looking for a quiet spot. And this area does have a pretty decent amount of gated communities. Oh, sorry about all the speed bumps, but it's good. So Hermosa Lofts. Sometimes there's rentals in here, like long term. Hermosa Lofts. Here's another condominium. You can find rentals in here sometimes. Okay, here's another. Okay, this one I can't go into, but it's one of my favorites. It's called Opera Salvaje. Gorgeous, gorgeous residential place. Beautiful, beautiful. Love it down there. You can find places of all shapes and sizes. There's some apartments in there too, you know, maybe that you could rent even within there. This is the local school. Oh, there's a yoga school here. I forgot about that. So there's a yoga studio, like a yoga place, which is cool. It's called Vida Asana. So if you're into yoga, I would look that up. You know, they do things. And then in Hermosa, there's all these little side streets. So like this street is called Calle Bosque. Like this, there's a sign. It goes up and it eventually turns into a dead end, but there's houses. So there's, you know, every street. One of my friend's house is over here. She lives in this little area called Eco Vital. There's just, I don't know, it's just residential. It's apartments and houses, but again, this is like a family-friendly place. You got your dogs that hang out on the side of the road, so you got to be real careful and mindful when you're driving. You don't want to go too fast. You want to be respectful of the people who live here. As you can see, we don't have sidewalks, so you know you have to be mindful of children and families, or just people walking or bicycling and things like that, and just share the road with everybody. Sometimes really giant trucks come down here too, so then it's like, but you know, somehow we all fit, which is cool. I really like this community. I do feel like it's a very tight-knit community. Like, people definitely communicate with each other. Everyone's got their WhatsApp group, community neighborhood watch, Hermosa Gardens. There's sometimes rentals in there. Loma del Mar, this is another gated development. So, okay, and then it comes down here, and the road's going to turn to dirt. And we will go further down. And actually, this road, I'm not going to go all the way down to the end of it, but if you keep going down to the end of it, it will loop around to the main highway. So it just will spit you right out where the main highway is. Okay, there's houses over here. Sorry for all the bumps. Jesus. Lordy. Oh my goodness. Okay, this road got real bad. So, yeah, you have to think about which side of the road do you want to live on here in Hermosa. You know, one day this might get paved, so perhaps properties, you know, that are further down here could be worth it for the future. I've had clients rent down here. There's kind of one other major area where you'll find some residences down here. So there's kind of like this stretch where there's a little bit of nothing, and then there's going to be some more housing in another street called Calle Conga, where you know, can be apartments, there's single family homes, kind of situations where there's multiple rental units just on one property, but they're separated. So there's a little bit of everything. Goodness gracious, what happened here? We did lose power last night. I wonder what that was all about. Who knows? I will say that as of now, the people who live down here lose power a lot. Poor people. We have our neighborhood group chat that everyone's in, and they do lose their power quite a bit. So you got to think about which side of the road you want to be on. But it is very pretty down here. I mean, look how gorgeous. For walking, this is a good road for like walking and riding your bike and doing all those things too. It's very beautiful. All right, we're almost to the residencies. It's pretty much just this. I'll pause the video and we'll come back to it when we reach the part where there's residences. Okay, here we are. Now we're here at the part where there's residences. Okay, I'm gonna pull over right here. Okay, this is a road called Calle Conga. So there are houses down this road. There's people here. I know her. It's one of my friends. Different little houses here. Different houses here. Like I've had some clients and some rentals back in here before. Not in this one, but right down in here. So there's all these little side roads that are kind of like tucked in. And, okay, I'm going to turn around, but maybe I'll show you like a little picture on the map here. There is a road, if you take, so now there's pretty much nothing left. So we're going to turn around. But if you take one of these roads, I don't think it's this one, I think it's the next one. Yeah, it's definitely the next one. But if you take one of these roads that go to the left, it'll take you up the mountain. You'll go all the way up the mountain. It's not this road, but it's very similar. You go all the way up the mountain, and then you take a left, and then you can come down the mountain, and you end up where that pizza shop was. So it really, like, the mountains, but then there's also trails that you can get into, or if you, like I said, you could walk all the way to Jaco if you really wanted to, which is pretty crazy. So we're going to turn around here. I'm not going to go all the way up the mountain, and I'm not going to go all the way out to the highway. I would say that's a lot of Playa Hermosa. Of course, remember, I can't show you every single little, nook and cranny of everything, but at least you can get an idea of the community. I think it's a good community. I think there's lots of nice people here. So the roads overall are pretty decent. Just that one road's a little narrow. That's my only complaint. And yeah, well, I hope this video was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. Glad I was able to do this. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. This area, it's just going to be changing and changing. That's the thing. So yeah. All right. Well, thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next video.